Hi, my name's John here. I'm the designer of games like Sensible Soccer, Cannon Fodder, Whizball, Parallax, and Sociable Soccer, and I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
So we're still here, still One Up Gaming, still me, David. Thank you all for being here. This is episode 401, and we've got 7 sort of games to talk about. So first of all, I'm going to get the name wrong because I am not. I think the game's some sort of foreign. I don't know. I saw the text and I saw like the trailer, and it wasn't in English. And I'm an idiot English boy, and I don't know any other languages apart from basic English. So the game's Rauniot, Rauniot, Rauniot. Don't know, but it starts off as a weird-looking game. It's like two people chatting, and when it comes to the person chatting, it seems to have like top and bottom of the face cut off, so you just see the eyes and the top of the nose. It's a weird sort of art style, like dynamic that they've got going. It looks gorgeous though, and all in English, so you can like read through all the text. Then the game starts, and you are in a post-apocalyptic setting. You pull up to a cafe diner sort of thing, like an American diner, and you have to try and get into it and kill people and stuff. It's a isometric sort of top-down point and click sort of adventure sort of game. Puzzle, like the old style games. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Graphically, I think it looked amazing. It's one of those games where I think you can also spin the camera around, so it was really detailed, really nice, gorgeous. I really enjoyed it. Very old school style game, but it is a really, really nice one, and I really enjoyed it. So next up we have Ziggy, and this one is a very basic 2D platformer, more like the Super Meat Boy style, where you have to jump around the mazes, the levels and stuff, and yeah, it's just like point to point, get through as fast as you can, and yeah, that is basically all that it was. And I do have to say that we've also got our 3 sort of like interviews on the YouTube channel, so we've put them all up separate. Now I apologize, I'm going to butcher this guy's name, but it's Pavel Wojcicka. I don't know. I apologize, but is, like I say, he's a community manager or a community guy from Cubic Games. So if you bought any Cubic Games, or you've been on the Cubic Games Twitter account or Twitch or whatever it is, then you might have spoken to him, because he does all the interactions, the social interactions, as I say. So thank you so much for him and for Cubic Games for allowing us to do that. We also had Dave came on and gave us a little thank you message from Dave Chats Games. We had Eddie. I used to love Eddie. He was amazing. He was a really bad writer, really bad reviewer, but he'd come onto the podcast every week and he'd just talk crap, and I loved it. I could just sit there and just listen to just absolute nonsense. It's great. He came on, had a quick chat with us. We had the guys over at Retro Asylum sent us a quick message saying thank you for that. We had John Hare. I love John Hare. We spoke for about an hour and a half. I do love John Hare. I love how some of his sort of games and everything is getting sorted. Hopefully the Social Soccer 24 will be out soon. And lastly, we had Lee Chapman on, just as he does like a TikTok video series where he pretends to be like an old guy Peter, and it's fun. I love him. He's just stupid, and it's my sort of humor. So yeah, so that is the interviews. So next up we have a game called Cat Pipes. Now this one is just a 2D puzzle game, and you've got like pipes that are on a square grid, crossed off grid, and you have to go into each individual section, and you can rotate it 360 degrees, and you have to try and get all the pipes to line up to get the connections. That is basically it. It's a simple game, very basic looking, very basic graphics, but it does its job and it's quite fun. So next up we have Hole.io. This is a fun little game, and you basically just have a hole on the ground and you have to suck up all of the environment, and as you get more and more points your hole gets bigger and bigger. So you go from lampposts and guys to cars, buildings, everything, and it's just a fun little game. We have a game next up. We played Mob Control, and this one is a very simple, kind of like a mobile sort of game, but I played it on the PC, where it's like you look up the screen, top down sort of view, and you have to shoot up, and you're trying to stop all the oncoming enemies towards you. And with that, it is literally I jumped then because my headphones just made a bleepy noise. With that, it's got like sections, and if you shoot at a certain section, you get 3 points more, or 3 times more shots, or 3 times more men, 6 times more men, things like that. So it is just controlling the enemies coming towards you and to overpower their base. So that is basically Mob Control. So thank you to Cubic Games for a couple of them games. Lastly, we played Senua's Saga Hellblade II. Now, I loved the first Hellblade. It was my sort of game, very slow, very story-driven, very artsy, amazing sort of stuff. And this is that, but taken to the next level. It looks absolutely bloody stunning. You know, it just looks amazing. Very simple controls, very simple way to control stuff. You don't really do much. It's very slow, very pondering. There's a lot of noise happening that's all around. But if you're into these sort of walking simulator sort of games, those sort of styles, then you will probably enjoy this game. It looks just absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. It just looked absolutely stunning. So yeah, so if you've got Xbox, it's on the Game Pass. If you've got it on the PC, you can download it on there as well. I think it's only about 30-40 quid. So I think it's like a budget sort of game. It's only about 5 hours long, which it probably is right to be that sort of length for this sort of game. But yeah, it's an amazing sort of game. I really enjoyed it. So that's what we've been playing this week. I will just say that this week's game of the week, it has to be Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Great little game. Love the graphics, love the art, and I enjoyed how it played. So me, David, One Gaming, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back after this quick break with the 10 minutes of nothing. So see you in a few.